Believe it or not, I am the inventor of the selfie stick. True story. Of course, I didn't call it the selfie stick when I invented it. I actually called it the flip stick. About 10 years ago, when the flip camera first came out, it was a smaller version of a handheld video camera. It wasn't quite as good as an iPhone or a camera phone, but I decided to build a monopod for my flip camera so I can do exactly what I'm doing right now. So I've got my own flip stick. Let me show it to you. I'll call it a selfie stick, but yeah, I like flip stick better. So here it is. Just have a little holder that my phone clips into. I've got a little adjustment. I can move it up and down any way I want to. I set it up. I use a very, very lightweight piece of redwood, very fine grained redwood. And on the end, it's really long, I've got a spike. And that spike allows me to push it into the ground. I can set my camera wherever I want to, turn it on, walk away, and talk to my camera. Or I can put my camera on the stick and do some self-video work. I can either video myself or turn it around and video what I'm looking at. But because my stick is quite long, you can see how long it is, and it's very, very lightweight, I'm able to get some pretty cool special effects with it. Another really cool aspect of my selfie stick is because it has a weight on the bottom, it acts somewhat like a Steadicam. Unless, of course, I bump the bottom, I can hold my arm out and I can get some pretty steady video footage. So I'm going to go for a little hike. When I first came up with the flip stick, I took it camping with me, and a lot of people in the campground saw my flip stick, and I was getting some pretty cool footage. And one guy came up to me and says, "That is an amazing, simple idea." And I thought to myself, well, yeah, it's just kind of like a monopod. They've been around forever. The guy says, "You know, you ought to patent that idea." And I says, "Yeah, right. You know, who's going to buy a stupid stick for a camera?" God. What can I say? And I use it from time to time in my videos, and I find that it is quite handy. I can get some really good shots of cavities up in trees. I can get some close-up shots that I would have to get a ladder out. And it also enables me to do some self-video work like I'm doing right now. So I'm going for a hike in the rain on my own property. I've got this log back here that one of my guys cut down, and he thought it'd be real funny to drop it in this crotch on this big oak tree. I didn't really appreciate it, but now that it's there, I'm thinking, wow, that could be kind of a stairway for a tree house or something. It's a big fir log. I don't know what to do with it. I've always wanted a tree house. That would be a great tree for a tree house, wouldn't it? Get some steps in it or take the bark off. I live up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. We've got 20 acres, and I own a bobcat, so I've cut quite a few nice trails on my property. And occasionally we go out and go camping. It's a pretty steep property, but I like it. There's a different view of that tree. We get quite a few pretty good sized firs on our property. It's kind of an oak woodland. The occasional scattered Doug fir. We got a lot of madrones. There's about 6 or 7 different species of tree that we have on our property. came down here with a bobcat, and I'm going to clear this out and make this into a little campsite. So I build a little deck off the back and level this off. We have friends that like to camp. This is actually a pretty cool spot. I love the moss on the trees at this time of year. Got another little spot that I'd like to put a little campsite in. Kind of dug this out and level it off. I think it'd be kind of cool to put a little cabin right here. There is one species of tree that's on our property that I'm not too happy about, and it's the tan oak. Lithocarpus densifolius. It's actually not a true oak. This one's dead, that one's still alive. You can see a grouping of half dead and half alive. But this is a species of tree that is highly sensitive to what they refer to as sudden oak death. Phytophthora ramorum. It's a huge, huge problem. There are literally millions of dead and dying tan oak trees especially, but they also attack the black oaks, the live oaks, and a few other species of tree. But the most notable of the attacked trees is this one right here. That one's still alive, but this big bad boy right here is ready to fall down. So we just sort of cut them down and let them rot. They're everywhere up here, and they get really big. We've got some of them that are well over 100 feet high. Look at that one in the distance right there. That one is stone dead. And we've also got some magnificent madrone trees. This tree is just gorgeous. Love the madrone. Going further down on my property, you can see where I've cut a road down to a final spot where I'd like to build a small cabin. Maybe I'll do like an Airbnb or something. Little cabins in the woods. Kind of a creepy, eerie day today, but I like it. And this is as far down on the property as I've got a road going. And I've cut another little pad at the very bottom here. And once again, I think it'd be really cool to have like a little destination cottage or cabin or something. Not quite sure. Maybe just a deck. Maybe a meditation room. Look at that big tree fell down. And this is the last little destination I have in the lower part of my property. Got a clearing here. Can you imagine a nice little cabin right here? It's not huge. It's like a tiny house, maybe 12 by 16. You can't see it, but there's a gorgeous view out here through the trees. Oh, look at that. Further down, you see a freshly fallen tan oak. There's a few more dead tan oaks. That one's dead, that one's dying. Those look absolutely treacherous. But we got that big fir right here, and it still looks pretty good. So before I do any kind of construction, you can see off in the distance, all those skeletons of trees, those are all dead tan oaks. There's some more way up the hill. I can see probably 25 or 30 dead tan oaks just from where I'm at right here. They do decay pretty quick. They do rot and go back into the soil pretty quick. So cleaning up from this steep property is pretty difficult. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the tour of my property and my little selfie stick adventure. And now it's starting to rain a little bit harder, so I better get out of here. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. And I'll put something new and exciting on. I try to do it once a week. I try to get a video up. Oh, starting to come down now. See ya.